Hi everybody, Sid has worked really hard over the last few weeks. Step by step, he built his understanding of the entire computer portion. But Sid knew, understanding concept is not enough. To perform well in exams, you must practice with PYQS. So, today, just like Sid, we are going to solve PYQS on the computer networks. This will not only strengthen our preparation but also help us to score full marks in this 10-mark unit. According to the distribution of the marks, total 10 marks are allotted to this unit number 2, that is computer networks. In the section D, surely you will be getting one question for 5 marks. It is generally a case study based question and it will be very easy so that we can easily cover these 5 marks. What about the remaining 5 marks? You will be getting questions in the section A as well as in the section B. There may be a slight variation in the distribution. Here are the important topics that we have discussed. In this first we discuss network types. It is LAN, WAN, MAN, PAN. Followed by the switching techniques. 3 switching techniques we discuss: circuit, message and packet switching. After that we discuss some of the data communication terminologies like baud, bandwidth, etc. Followed by the next important topic, that is transmission media. It is divided into 2 categories, guided and unguided. In guided transmission media, we have gone through 3 types: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and optical fiber. The next topic we studied, that is nothing but topologies. 3 topologies are important: star, bus and tree. After that we understood what is IP address and MAC address. Followed the discussion with the network devices. There are lot of network devices. The important one is hub, switch, repeater, modem, etc. And finally we discuss some protocols. They are nothing but HTTP, FTP, TCP/IP, SLEEP and PPP. Apart from that we discuss some of the protocols for mail like POP and SMTP. One more protocol we will keep in mind, that is nothing but VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol. We even discuss some of the internetworking terms. Hope this revision will be helpful to you. Alright, here is the first question paper. Let's scroll through it and check out the questions based on computer networks. Here is question number 17th. Read it carefully. Dash is a protocol used for retrieving mails from a mail server. Hope you remember all the protocols used for mail. These are the 4 protocols we used. Now tell me, out of that, which one we will be using to retrieve mail. If we look at the definitions of all the protocols and the options given in the question, POP3 is the correct choice. It is used to access mailbox as well as to download mail from the mail server. Moving ahead to the next question, which of the following is correct about hub and switch? Both are network devices which is used to connect different devices to it, but switch is a smarter hub. When we look at the differences between them, the main difference is that hub sends data to all the connected devices, whereas switch sends only to the specific device. When we read the options carefully, the A option is the correct one. A hub sends data to all the devices in a network, while switch sends data to the specific device. So the correct choice is A. Here is the next question, question number 19th. Which of the following is used to create the structure of the web page? To create web page we need HTML, CSS as well as JavaScript. But for designing the structure we use HTML. CSS is used for beautification and for coding we use JavaScript. But HTML is used for designing the web page. So the correct choice is B. In this way we solve 3 questions from the section A. Now let's move ahead and check out for some more questions. This is question number 20th, in which we need to define the following term: modem and gateway. Hope you remember this diagram of modem. If you have not gone through the theory part, I would suggest you to go through these 2 videos in which we have covered the entire network portion. And here is the details of gateway. Now we can write the definition easily. Modem is a device which converts digital signal to analog one, and it uses telephone lines for the transmission. Now what about gateway? Gateway is also a network device which acts as a bridge. But what it connects? It connects two different networks. We studied different types of networks. Through gateway, we connect two dissimilar networks so that data can be transmitted over them. Or part for this question. Let's check out. Expand the term HTTP and FTP. It's very simple. HTTP is nothing but Hypertext Transfer Protocol and FTP is File Transfer Protocol. Hope you can write this easily. What's the second part? Differentiate between web server and web browser. When we talk about server and browser, it's a client-server technology. There will be one server and there can be many clients. Client will send request to the server will process it and reply back to the client. So server stores, processes and delivers pages to the user. It can host website and send data when requested. Here are some of the examples of web server. It provides these resources. What's the browser? It's a software on user's terminal. It will request and according to it, it will display the web pages. It retrieves data from the server. Here are some of the examples of the browser. Google Chrome, Firefox. It generally interprets the data which is sent from the server. You can differentiate it in this way or you can write in the notes format. Alright, let's move ahead and check out some more questions. Here is question number 37th. It is application based question. You will surely get this type of question and it is very easy to cover these 5 marks. Read the question with patience. Here is one company trying to set up a new campus in Hyderabad. It has 4 blocks: HR, Finance, IT and Logistics. We need to provide them best network solutions. In the first table, the distance between different blocks is mentioned. And in the second table, the number of computers are mentioned in each block. Now let's read the question. The first question is, suggest best location for server in the Hyderabad campus. And we need to explain the reason. Look at the table where the number of computers are mentioned. From the table it is clear that server should be IT block because it has maximum number of computers. Let's read the second question. Suggest the placement of the following devices. The first is repeater. When you want to pass the signal over a distance more than 100 meters, we use repeaters so that the signal strength should not get weakened. For that, we must check the distance between different blocks. From this table, here is the diagram which indicates the distance between different blocks. 175 meter is the distance between HR and IT block which is greater than 100 meter. It means we need repeater between HR and IT block. Alright, let's move ahead and check out the second device. We need to place switch. What is switch? It is a network device. With the help of it, we can connect number of computers. When we look at the table of number of computers, there are many computers to be connected. It means we need switch in all the 4 blocks. Alright, what's the next question? Suggest and draw a cable layout of connections between buildings inside the campus. For that we have 3 options, right? Star, bus, ring. So based on the number of computers, we can suggest this star topology where server is at the center and other blocks are connected to it. Alright, it's time to check out the 4th question. The organization plans to provide a high-speed link with its head office using a wired connection. Which of the cables will be most suitable for this job? We have studied 3 transmission media for wired connection: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and optical fiber. We need high speed. That's why we will go ahead with optical fiber. Here is the 5th question. What is the use of VoIP? Hope you know what is VoIP. It's an voice over internet protocol. With this technology, we can do the voice communication over internet, just like we use WhatsApp for voice call as well as for video call. Alright, here is a OR part for the same question. Let's read it. Which type of network will be found while connecting Hyderabad campus to Bangalore headquarters? These are 2 different cities, right? And the distance between them is almost 500 km. So out of these 4 networks, which one we will be using? It is ultimately WAN. We know that PAN is used to connect different devices within home. LAN is used within 10 kilometers of area. Whereas MAN is applicable within city. Ultimately, WAN is the correct choice. In this way, we solve all the questions from this question paper 1. Now, it's time to move ahead to question number 2. Here is question number 17. Which protocol is used to transfer files over the internet? And the correct choice is FTP, File Transfer Protocol. Let's read the question number 18. Which network device is used to connect two networks that use different protocols? If we read the following option, gateway is the correct choice. Modem is used over telephone line. Switch is used to connect different devices. And repeater is used for amplifying the signal over a long distance. So to connect two different networks, we use gateway. So B is the correct choice. We have one more 1 mark question, that is 19th. Which switching technique breaks data into smaller packets for transmission, allowing multiple packets to share the same network resource? Tell me, which are the switching techniques we studied? Circuit switching, message switching and packet switching. So ultimately what will be the answer? It is nothing but packet switching, in which the message is passed in the form of packets over the network. This is a 2 mark question. List one advantage and one disadvantage of star topology. There is a OR part 2. Expand the term SMTP. What is the use of SMTP? I am showing the answer from the marking scheme. Don't mind. We know what is star topology. There we will have central hub and all the devices will get connected to the central hub. Here the advantage and disadvantage you can write according to you also. Advantage is mentioned as network extension is easy and the disadvantage is failure of hub or switch result in the failure of the network. If you want to write something else, go ahead. And what's the answer for SMTP? Let's check out. The full form is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. We already discussed it is used for sending email. Ultimately, it will go from client to server. By proceeding further, we got the question number 27. It is application based question which is for 5 marks. This is very easy. But I will suggest you to read the question with patience and carefully. Alright, there is one enterprises named Event Horizon. The head office is in Delhi. Now they want to set up one campus in the Mumbai with the following block: admin, food, media and decorators. So as a network expert, we need to suggest the best network related solutions. Now let's proceed and check the remaining question. Here is a table where distance is mentioned. And there is one more table with number of computers in each block. Exactly same type of question you will be getting in boards. Read it, it will be very easy to solve and score these marks. Alright, let's read the first question. Suggest the most important location of the server inside the Mumbai campus. When we want to decide which block will be the server, then we should check the number of computers. Out of this, we can see that admin block has the maximum number of computers. So it will be the server. So look at the blocks in the Mumbai campus. Admin block will act as a server because it has more number of computers. Alright, let's move ahead and check the second question now. Which hardware device will you suggest to connect all the computers within each building? There are actually two options. One is hub and the second one is switch. But switch is the smarter version of the hub. That's why the option is switch. We got the answer for this question too. Now let's check the third one. Draw the cable layout to efficiently connect various buildings within the Mumbai campus. Which cable would you suggest for the most efficient data transfer over the network? So here are the distance mentioned between the blocks. We know that admin block is the server block. Then generally other nodes will get connected to the server. So this type of layout we will be providing. All other blocks will get connected to the server. It is nothing but star topology. Now we need to tell the transmission media. There are 3: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and optical fiber. So based on the expenses, I can suggest any one of them: coaxial cable or optical fiber. Let's read the fourth question. Is there a requirement of repeater in the given cable layout? Why or why not? If we are using coaxial cable, there is no requirement of the repeater because that cable can send the signal over a long distance. Alright, moving ahead to the fifth one. What would be your recommendation for enabling live visual communication between the admin office at the Mumbai campus and Delhi head office? The first option is video conferencing, email, telephony and instant messaging. For visual communication, we have one option, that is video conferencing. Moving ahead to the OR part. What type of network PAN, LAN, WAN or MAN will be set up among the computers connected in the Mumbai campus? Look at the distance between the different blocks in a Mumbai campus. It is in the range of 100 kilometers. For that, we will be using Metropolitan Area Network, that is nothing but MAN. Hope you understood this explanation. There is a video in which we have covered some more questions on networking. If you wish, you can go through it. We got first question which is based on networking. Riya wants to transfer picture from mobile phone to her laptop through Bluetooth technology. We need to tell which type of network will be formed. Out of the given option, the correct option is PAN, Personal Area Network. LAN is used within a building, WAN is through countries or continent and MAN is used within city. Let's move ahead and check, are there some questions based on networking? Here is one more question which is in the form of fill in the blank. The modem at the sender's end act as a. From the given four options, the option B is the correct one. At the sender's end, it acts as a modulator where analog signals are converted to digital. In this way, we solved two questions from the section A. Now, it's time to check out the question in the section B. Here is the first question. Expand the following term. And there is one more question. Give one difference between XML and HTML. Look at the full form of POP3. It is Post Office Protocol 3 and URL is Uniform Resource Locator. Here is the difference between HTML and XML. HTML has predefined tags. We can design only static web pages using HTML. There is one more difference, that it is not a case sensitive. Then what about XML? The full form is Extensible Markup Language. Don't forget to write the full forms. In XML, we can create our own tags. It is generally used for dynamic web page development. And the last difference is XML is case sensitive. Here is the OR part of the same question. We need to define term bandwidth. And in the second question, we need to tell how HTTP is different from HTTPS. Look at the answer in the marking scheme. Bandwidth is the maximum rate of data transfer over a transmission medium. Data transfer is nothing but the amount of information that can be transmitted over the network. We know in networking we connect different devices to each other through one transmission medium. So the amount of data is transferring over that medium is known as bandwidth. Let's check out the answer for the second question. HTTPS, the full form is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It's the secure version of the HTTP. In case of HTTP, the data will get encrypted. So it is secure. Whereas this is not possible with the HTTP. It is not that much secure. That's why in the search bar of the browser you will see HTTPS when you are browsing some content over the internet. There is one more 1 mark question. Let's check out. It is also in the form of fill in the blank. In case of dash switching, before a communication start, dedicated path is identified between sender and receiver. There are three types of switching techniques: circuit switching, message switching and packet switching. There will be no direct link between sender and the receiver. So the correct option is circuit switching. The example is telephone line. Proceeding to the section E. Here you will get one question for 5 marks. It is a case study based question. Read the question carefully. There is an educational organization name is Meticulous. It has head office in Delhi and there are 4 other campuses in Chennai. In the following table we have the distance between block to block. And there is one more table in which we have total number of computers in each block. Now let's read the instructions carefully. Suggest and draw the cable layout efficiently to connect various blocks of the Chennai campus. There are different topologies. Out of that you can suggest any one. If we go ahead with bus topology, it is depending on the distance between the blocks. Try to find out the minimum distance between these blocks and connect it. The second choice, we can go ahead with the star topology. I would suggest always to go with star topology. It is based on the number of computers in each block. Whichever block has maximum number of computer, we will make it as a server and other blocks we will connect to it. Look at the table here. Admin block is having 110 computers, so it will act as a server and other blocks will get connected to it. So without thinking much, always go with star topology. What's the next question? Which network device will be used to connect computers in each block to form LAN? For LAN we can use switch or hub, but switch is a smart hub, so we will be using switch. If similar kind of question will get repeated in your final exam, write answer as switch. Moving ahead to the next question. In which block in Chennai campus should be made server? Justify your answer. Look at the Chennai campus. Admin has 110 computer, so it will act as a server. That's why the answer is admin block, and to justify answer we have written that it has a maximum number of computers. Let's check the next question. Which is fast and efficient wireless transmission medium should be used to connect head office at Delhi with Chennai? For the given distance, microwave will be the efficient option. Moving ahead to the last question. Suggest a device software to be installed in the Chennai campus to take care of data security. For computer, firewall is the best option. Here is the question based on computer networks. We need to expand the following term. PPP is point-to-point protocol and VoIP is voice over internet protocol. Look at the next question. Which of the following statements is false? SMTP and POP protocols are used in email communication. This statement is true. Let's check the next statement. URL of a page is not always same as its domain. Yes, this is also true. URL and domain name is different. Look at the third statement. HTTPS is safer than HTTP. Yes, this is true. HTTPS is the secured version of the HTTP. Let's read the last one. Interlinking of collection of web pages is called internet. This is false because collection of web pages is website. So the correct choice is D. Here is the second question. Dash protocol provides access to services hosted on a remote computer. For that purpose, we use telnet. So the correct option is C. Let's move ahead to the section B. Here is the first question from the section B. Write 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of circuit switching. There is a OR part 2. Here we need to tell the difference between web server and web browser. Along with that, we have to tell the name of the two browsers. Look at the answer. In case of circuit switching, we will have a dedicated communication channel, which increases the quality of the communication. It is suitable for long continuous communication. Then what about disadvantages? In case of circuit switching, resources are not utilized fully. Here is the second disadvantages. The time required to establish a physical link between two stations is too long. For this type of communication, you can think of telephone line. Now look at the answer of the second question. Difference between web browser and web server. Here we follow client server technology. Client will be browser. So it receives the web content. You know what's the function of the client. It will send request to the web browser. After that it will receive and display the content. Then what about web browser? It delivers the content to the client. Look at the function. Server will accept the request from the client, processes it and send back the data requested by the client. Don't forget to write the name of the browser. Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. Now we are at the section D, in which we will be getting question for 5 marks. Generally you will be getting similar pattern of question in the section E, which will be case study based question. Look at the diagram and read the question carefully. Here is the first question. Suggest the most appropriate location of the server inside Mumbai campus. From this table we could see that admin has total number of computers 110. And when we look at the diagram, yes, admin is in Mumbai campus. So the admin will be the server because it has maximum number of computers. In the second question, we need to suggest cable layout to connect the various buildings of Mumbai campus. As I explained you, we will be suggesting star topology, in which we will be connecting other buildings to admin building. Here is the cable layout. Based on star topology, we connected other blocks to admin block. If you want to go ahead with bus topology, you need to check the distance between the branches. Here is the third question. Which hardware device will you suggest to connect all the computers within each building? Always we will be using switch. Look at the fourth question. We need to suggest online face-to-face communication between the people in the admin office of Mumbai campus and Delhi head office. There is no doubt among the options we will be opting for video conferencing. Moving ahead to the last question. Which type of network out of these mentioned 4 will be set up in each of the following cases? Let's read the first case. The Mumbai campus gets connected with the headquarters in Delhi. These are two different cities, so we will be going ahead with WAN. And let's check out the second case. The computers connected in Mumbai campus. It is within the city. If it is within the city, we will go ahead with MAN. There are a lot of 5 marks questions also are covered in this video. So make sure to check out all the questions. Alright, congratulations to everyone. Along with it, we have completed the entire class 12 computer science portion. I hope you found this playlist helpful and gain confidence in Python, computer networks and MySQL. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comments below. Also, share what topic you would like me to cover next. Until next time, stay confident, keep practicing. I will see you in the next video.